Hi everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode we are back with the Lifedrain Vampire deck for one more game, and then we'll be moving on to a new deck on Friday. So already we've got Kythian come down, so I'm assuming we're playing some kind of hero deck maybe, humans deck even, sorry. And for the first game we're playing the rank 28 Sir K133, so I think we'll drop the Shambling Vent to begin with. Could really do with a second black source ideally at some point. So we're basically doing, that's not good, Constant Lieutenant is not fun to see. Basically because, you know, we've got no way of blocking it unless we can, I don't know, I don't think there's really anything on turn 2 we can play which can help us out here. That would help if we had our 2 mana removal spells. We just have to drop that and then drop a Vampire Envoy next turn and then maybe start working towards Ob Nixilis in a few turns' time. Do have Tenacity to hopefully bring us some life back from that as well. So he's going to be swinging with these two. We're going to take 4 damage here. Not really much we can do about it. This will prowess, go up to a 3-2. Luckily it's Anthem effect doesn't trigger this turn, so yeah, we're just playing mono white humans here, so a deck that I was obviously running a few weeks ago. Unfortunately it is very aggressive and there's not really much we can do about it. So the only thing we can do is try and weather the storm until we can get something like, I don't know, Ob Nixilis down and start destroying creatures. Get a couple of Vampire Envoys down, so there's blockers. Yeah, we have got the... Sorry, I didn't see the green splashed in there, so we are playing green-white humans here. Very popular option. So I'm probably going to block maybe the top and 3 blade to stop that renowning. We obviously can't stop Kythian flipping this turn. So we're taking a hell of a lot of damage here. So Kythian has flipped. What's he going to do? I guess he's going to force me to attack maybe with the Vampire Envoy. +1's it or +2's it? No, +2's it. Okay, so yeah, we've got some, was it Citadel Castellan as well? Another white-green human. Okay, so that's going to untap and it's going to be indestructible. Okay, we do have Kalastria Healer, which... I don't know what's better here, Kalastria Healer or Vampire Envoy. I'm thinking maybe just, you know, Kalastria Healer. We can possibly drop Ob Nixilis down next turn and destroy one of his creatures. So let's skip attack there. So we're just going to kind of weather the storm, I think, for the next couple of turns. I honestly think we've probably lost this just for the fact that we've just been aggroed down very, very quickly. I completely forgot about Gideon as well, of course. So I think we may have just outright lost this turn. Trying to think of what we can do because this is going to anthem all these creatures up. So that they anthem. Let me just see what I need to do to actually, you know, stay in the game here. I think I've just lost here. I don't think there's any point even. Like I just don't see any way of me coming back from this. So I'm probably just going to quit out here and go to a new game. So okay, guys, here we are for game number 2. We're playing the rank 39 Honda 455, I believe that was. I'll double check in a moment. I really want to keep this hand, but it's really, really like silly. Whereas this hand is, you know, pretty much nigh on perfect. Drana's Emissary and Vampire Envoy is exactly what we want to see. All we really want, yeah, Honda 455. So what we'd really want to see now would be maybe like a Kalastria Healer come up on my first draw phase would be quite nice, and then we're basically all set to just wreak havoc with Tenacity, Drana's Emissary, and Vampire Envoy. Okay, we've got more humans. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, they are very popular right now. So another Kythian. Okay, we've got Bloodbond Vampire as well, which will be quite nice on turn 4 once we've, you know, dropped Drana's Emissary, and it'll just start pumping it up every turn. That and the Vampire Envoy as well. Oh my god, this is like, have I got deja vu? This is exactly the same what I had to play out last time. This is crazy. I think I will actually be dropping Vampire Envoy instead this time, well, you know, luckily we went first this time, so luckily the Consul's Lieutenant, we can actually play the Vampire Envoy on our turn and prevent it from swinging in our face, which is quite nice. So, okay, we've also got the Always Watching, so that might be tempting later on. Can't really play it yet, we need to start playing out our other vampires first. Yeah, I can't believe this, like, deja vu, like, Kythian into Consul's Lieutenant, that is bonkers, like, 2 games in a row. You can't make this crap up. So if he swings with the Consul's Lieutenant, it probably tells me he's got some kind of pump. So he's swinging with Kythian and Consul's Lieutenant, so I'm going to block the Consul's Lieutenant and hope that he doesn't have a pump spell for it. Oh god, does he? Does he have a wild size or something like that? No, he does not. Okay, so we are now going to deal that 1 point damage back, ping off Consul's Lieutenant. Quite happy with that, if I'm going to be honest. And we've also got a Bygone Bishop, okay. So I think we will be dropping Bloodbond Vampire this turn. Very nice, we've got another Vampire Envoy, so we'll drop you. Swing with this. I mean, it's going to run up against the Bygone Bishop, but it's more to get our Bloodbond Vampire, start getting that pumped up. So is he going to let the damage go through? I'm assuming not. I'm assuming he's just going to block it with the Bygone Bishop, which would make sense. So we're probably going to want to drop Drana's Emissary next turn and start, you know, getting the life drain trade either way. Okay, so this game, you know, it's been similar to the previous one, but you know, we've actually managed to, because we were on the play rather than the draw, we managed to get our Vampire Envoy out before his Consul's Lieutenant, or basically as a blocker for the Consul's Lieutenant, so we're in less of a horrible situation. So like to the previous game, as soon as he got that Consul's Lieutenant down on turn 2, I knew we were just, you know, we were in a horrible way. Its Anthem effect is very, very strong. It's got First Strike, it's renowned, it's just a whole world of pain. Okay, so he's got an Archangel of Tithes to come down next turn, which is interesting. Haven't got any of our removal for it at the moment, although we're not too concerned by it. Okay, we've got Hamware Militia Captain, so he's going to be able to investigate with that as well. Okay, so we've got a 5th mana here, so we will be able to play out Drana's Emissary. Yep, I think that's a good play here. Do we swing with both of these and put him under pressure? So this one will trade with both of these, and he can't basically. He'll want to keep these alive. So I'm just trying to put him under pressure at this point. This will go up to a 5/5 as well, so it actually will trade very well with these two. So we'd have to triple block with, yeah, so he's just going to block the 1/4 flyer. We are going to push through 5 damage there. Okay, so we're in a pretty good place right now. Said Always Watching, we don't really want to play yet until we've maybe got Tenacity or something like that down, and we want to go for like the big old swing. So probably get another Vampire Envoy down next turn. Okay, so he's going to go for the Archangel of Tithes, so we'll only be able to pay mana to swing at his face. This card is going to be rotated out in the Eldritch Moon update, because apparently it's very difficult to program. This is interesting. So this will pump up our Bloodbond Vampire. Very nice. Ooh, we've got a second Bloodbond Vampire. Deal. So, I think I'm just going to skip attack here. You know, reason being is that we can't really swing at his face with the Archangel of Tithes anyway, so we'll just basically sit here and let our Bloodbond Vampires grow every turn. I mean, his Westfeld Cult Leader is going to grow every turn as well, but I can guarantee you we can get our Bloodbond Vampires to grow faster. His is only a 4/4, whereas we've already got a 6/6, plus we've got the Tenacity, and potentially got a double Vampire Envoy as well. Be nice if we found a Kalastria Healer maybe. Okay, he's got Gideon down, so that's interesting. Okay, and he's just automatically just gone for the emblem, so he's just literally using Gideon as a permanent +1/+1 pump for all of his creatures. Interesting play. So he's going to be able to dump that down as an additional 2/2. I mean, we've got our own, you know, +1/+1 across the board as well. Plus, all of these guys are just getting bigger and bigger. Oh, Cliffhaven Vampire. Do I go for the Always Watching or the Cliffhaven Vampire? It's going to essentially beat him down quicker. Plus then we can also always Tenacity next turn and go for like a huge kind of like Lifedrain next turn. So let's skip attack for now. I mean, we can take 7 in the air quite easily. We don't really mind that much. We can obviously block against the 6/6 Westvale Cult Leader with our Bloodbond Vampire. Not anymore though, because it's now going to be a 7/7, but so what's he going to do? Going to draw a card with the investigated token. So this is a difficult one. Like I said, I'm not really sure at this point what I want to do next turn. Depends what I find. Like if I found a Kalastria Healer, I'd probably drop that and Vampire Envoy, and then maybe go for a huge Tenacity swing the turn afterwards. Okay, so he's still not swinging, which is good for us. So he's going to lose additional life here. Both of our Bloodbond Vampires are going to go up. Oh yes, Kalastria Healer, where have you been all my life? Okay, so we're going to skip attack here. Then we're going to drop Kalastria Healer and a Vampire Envoy, and then go for a huge Tenacity swing next turn, I think. So he's down to 9, 8 at this point. Both of these will go up. Like I said, these are just getting bigger and bigger. Vampire Envoy, and then Tenacity next turn should, in theory, finish him off. We've got a nice big chunk of health. He's down to 7. So yeah, we should be fine with the Tenacity next turn, providing we keep Cliffhaven Vampire back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 2 Vampire Envoys. Yeah, we're fine here, providing we survive this turn with 1, just essentially because of the Cliffhaven Vampire. I mean, unless he can remove this, which I don't think he can. So he's got to go for like a huge swing here. So I'm fairly sure, providing we survive this turn, we should be okay. And he's got a Tali's Lieutenant. So he's going to be investigating. All of his humans will get a +1/+1 token on them. So all we've really got to do here is just be careful about him swinging at us. So if he doesn't swing, we're fine. So he's just dead. He's just dead at this point. Like, him being passive there was probably his biggest downfall. I was a little bit concerned about him swinging at our face there, but I think because he's obviously, you know, been very, very passive, we're now quite happy with the Tenacity here, which should then finish it off with the Cliffhaven Vampire. Doesn't really matter at this point. So we're just going to swing with everything but the Cliffhaven Vampire just to make sure he survives. And then we confirm attack. This will cost 6 mana. Ooh, hang on a minute. Cancel that. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so that'll be 1, 2. So we need to hold open 4 mana. So we can only really swing with the 2 Vampire Envoys here then? I hadn't thought about this because of the bloody, what's it called? Archangel of Tides. We're actually in a slightly crappier position than I anticipated. That'll do 2. How much mana have we got? We've got 6, so that'll obviously knock him down by 2. We could then Tenacity, which will do an additional 1. We'll see what he does. So that will cost us 2 mana, so we can still afford Tenacity. So he will go down by 2 here. These will untap, depending if he decides to block these or not. I'm going to see what he wants to block with these first. Like I said, we do have the Tenacity. These are just getting bigger and bigger. Let's see what he does. Is he going to block? I'm assuming he will, because if not, he's basically dead. So he's going to block with the 4/6 and block with the 3/4. And he's going to double block with the 3/4. So we're going to Tenacity here. These will untap, so this one won't die. If we had 1 more mana there, we would have just automatically won. But I'd completely forgotten about the what's it called? The Archangel of Tides, basically screwing me over a bit there. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't swing with everything. So again, all we're doing here is just make... Okay, so he's got an Always Watching as well. So again, all we need to do is make sure we survive this turn and leave Drana's Emissary open so we can block with everything else and just make sure that we hold open a Drana's Emissary. Provided he doesn't play any other cards which can give him life. So all we need to make sure is that Cliffhaven Vampire and Drana's Emissary survive. Oh, he's got Declaration Stone, so... What dies here? Oh, basically both of my Bloodbond Vampires. Oh, great! So again, all we need to do is make sure we survive this turn. So we need to block... we need to make sure that 30 damage doesn't go through. So basically we'll be blocking the Westfell... We can't actually block anything either because we've used up all our mana. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. Let's add this up. So we got 5. Is that 5, 9, 22, 22, 20. Yeah, we're just dead. I hadn't thought about that. The fact that basically, oh my god, I wasn't expecting a Declaration in Stone, put it that way, to destroy. But yeah, we're dead at this point because I again forgotten about the fact that he had. So I think it was a little bit hasty there. If I'd given that one more turn, it might have been all right. That was completely my fault. I completely hadn't thought about the fact that the mana requirements for the blocking of the Archangel of Tides. I remembered about the defending. I've completely forgotten about the blocking, so that's game over. So yeah, GG. Okay, guys, here we are for game number 3. So yeah, I realised afterwards, thinking about it in between the two videos, that I think essentially my own impatience got the better of me in that game. So what I should have done was not have played that. If I hadn't have played that Tenacity out, I would have been fine. So it would have then been well, it would have all been a bit up in the air. I think I just got impatient. I shouldn't have swung with those those lifelink vampires. We are going to go drop the Kalastria Healer here just because it is slightly better than the Indulgent Aristocrat. So yeah, I think I was just a bit impatient there at that point. I should have just kind of hunkered down and held open blockers. I mean, the Declaration in Stone may have set me back quite considerably, as it would have obviously still exiled my 2 Bloodbond Vampires. Okay, so it looks like we're playing Life Gain Vampires against Madness Vampires, so this should hopefully be a bit different. I mean, playing 2 essentially very, very similar decks, one after the other, was very annoying to begin with. We are actually going to be able to do Grasp of Darkness here and the Indulgent Aristocrat, so that's just gone. Even if there was no point in triggering the Madness there or anything like that. We just outright destroyed that. So I just wanted to get rid of one of his Madness triggers there, essentially. So at the moment we've got no turn 4 play. Unless we just activate the Shambling Vent, something like that. So what else has he got? Has he got another Madness Triggerer? Another Madness Trigger would be the correct words. And oh yeah, I forgot to point out we're playing the rank 28 Orden. Okay, so he's got another Ravenous Bloodseeker. He can trigger a Madness card this turn as well. And all we've drawn is mana, so do we trigger the Shambling Vent just to get a bit of life gain? It's tempting, because I mean he could kill it. Actually, no, that's not really worth it at all, so I'm just going to skip attack for now. Got Ob Nixilis to come down next turn anyway, so we can potentially destroy that if we want to. We can also play this in response to him swinging with a Ravenous Bloodseeker. So he's going to swing, so do we... Nah, I don't really want to Shambling Vent his Ravenous Bloodseeker here, so I'm just going to let the 1 damage go through. I mean, he could Madness it. No, he's decided not to, so we're just going to take the 1 damage, which I think is fair. Okay, we've got another Kalastria Healer, so I will get you down next turn, but I'm thinking of just playing Ob Nixilis here, destroying his 1/3, and then swinging with our 2 creatures. So he could Madness this here, I suppose. And then actually kill Ob Nixilis, but that would... Okay, so we've got Twins of Mora Estate. Okay, interesting. So we do have a 3/5 come down. That will get destroyed. So I may just use my 1/1 Indulgent Aristocrat as a blocker here, just to make sure that Ob Nixilis survives, at least this turn anyway. So that was maybe a bit greedy to try and get the Ravenous Bloodseeker, destroy the Ravenous Bloodseeker, and he's also got an Incorrigible Youth. So basically, at this point, Ob Nixilis is just dead. So I'm just gonna let it die. If you want to destroy it, you destroy it. I'm keeping my creatures. Okay, this is actually like completely terrible for us, just because of the fact that what's what I'm looking for? He's got two very, very powerful creatures on the board, and we've got like hardly nothing. So we're just going to trigger the Shambling Vent as well, just to get a bit of life link. Swing with all three of these. Try and keep us in the game a little bit longer. So at this point we could do something like a Ravenous Bloodseeker, one of our flying vampires would also be quite nice. So yeah, I think I was very, very hasty to do that with Ob Nixilis. Okay, we've got Murderous Compulsion, so he's going to Murderous Compulsion one of our Kalastria Healers. And then also play out Stensia Masquerade, so basically he can just make these bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's not good for us. We'll obviously be skipping blocking, we want to keep our Kalastria Healer if possible. So yeah, these two have gotten crazy big. So we need a miracle here at this point. That is not a miracle. What the hell, game? So at this point, we're just we're in a really silly race here, which I think we're going to lose. I just not like it doesn't help that we've flooded out a little bit as well. So we've got him down to 8 and we're up to 21. So we're going to take 9 damage this turn, drop down to 12. We will swing back in with 4 and take him down to 4. So I think at this rate, we're winning the race. But it depends what he's got. Like, obviously Olivia mobilised for war is not going to help us at all. And Murderous Compulsion. So what's he Murderous Compulsioning? Our Kalastria Healer, of course he is. So yeah, I think bad draws here just wasn't, you know, we didn't have the best draw there. 2 Kalastria Healers is nice, but we didn't really get much else there. This hasn't been the best video, I'm going to admit here. This has not been a fun set of games, especially as the last one went so well. Look at that, you know, we top deck a mana. You know, you couldn't get any worse than that. I mean, we've drawn a hell of a lot of mana this game. Instead of, like, you know, decent creatures, we have drawn a lot of mana. So, you know, unlike the very first episode of this deck where I flooded out got mana screwed, this game we've flooded out, and I think we've lost here. So I'm probably just going to concede, and we'll probably move on to a 4th game very, very quickly. Okay guys, here we are for the 4th and final game of today. I completely missed who we were playing there as I had to restart my timer. I'd love to keep this hand, except we have no black mana. Whereas this hand is much nicer-ish. If we can find a second white mana, I'll be very, very happy with this hand. So, okay, so we've got Oath of Nissa. So my initial assumption is saying Super Friends, playing the rank 32S Monoto. So yeah, with the turn 1 Oath of Nissa, I'm guessing Super Friends, or I could be wrong. Could just be like a rampish card. So I'll drop the Shambling Vent here. Ooh, there we go. That's what I want to see. Second white mana, so we can get Cliffhaven Vampire on turn 4. So, alright, or Gideon. Either works, really. You know, trigger the Kalastria Healer on turn 4 would be quite nice, although I'm liking the idea of Cliffhaven Vampire to get that bonus life drain. Okay, so he's got a Sylvan Advocate down on turn 2. It's only green so far, so maybe we're just looking at maybe like a mono green deck. It's also an interesting consideration. Let's take him down to 19. We'll go up to 21. So yeah, I'm tempted to go for the Always Watching next turn, just to like kind of put us on par with the Sylvan Advocate. We've got no Vampire Envoy, so I'm not really worrying about their tap ability right now. So he's going to swing for 2. Skip blocking. So we'll go back down to 19. And we've got a Sylvan Ranger. Could also be playing Elves, to be fair. I mean, we've got 2 Elves so far. Not seen much else. This will tell me what he's really playing. Okay, we've got red, so yeah, we are just playing a ramp deck. He just hadn't played any of his red mana out yet. Okay, so we'll play this Plains here, and then I think we'll just play out the Always Watching. We'll make this a 2-3. So we can actually trade with that now if we really want to. Probably going to leave it though. I don't really want to be blocking it and then finding out he's then got a Fiery Impulse. So So I'm quite happy to just let the two damage go through. Although we don't really have to worry about fiery impulses anymore, but I'm fairly sure there is a 1-mana pump spell. So I want to be careful there. I'd almost be happy blocking the Sylvan Ranger, but I'm not sure I'd be happy blocking the Sylvan Advocate. Okay, and he's got a second Sylvan Advocate, so we've got to move pretty quickly here. Hopefully we'll be alright. So he's decided not to swing. Okay, very nice. We actually managed to find ourselves a Bloodbond Vampire, so... Bloodbond Vampire or Cliffhaven Vampire? I like the idea of Cliffhaven Vampire first. Basically, over the next few turns, we're going to be looking pretty good, regardless. So, I mean, Bloodbond Vampire next turn, then Gideon the turn after that. I think we should be okay here. We've got plenty of like life drain coming through. We've got the ability to swing above his head with the flying vampire as well. So, probably just play a Forsaken Sanctuary out next turn, as that's probably the only card we're going to play. Oh my god, we got Woodland Wanderer. Okay, it's only a 4/4, so not as bad as I initially thought there. So Bloodbond Vampire will basically come down as a 5/5 this turn. So yeah, let's play out the Forsaken Sanctuary, and then we're just going to drop Bloodbond Vampire, which will come down as a 5/5, like immediately. Reason being, it's got the Always Watch and giving it +1/+1, and then this is immediately going to trigger the Life Drain, so that will pump it up one more. I'm just going to swing with the Flying Vampire here, which, yes, of course, it's got Vigilance as well, so I don't really need to worry about it swinging, so it can still act as a blocker against these Sylvan Advocates. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So he's only got 4 mana, so this won't go up to... These two won't pump up until at least one more turn. And we've got some black mana splashed in. Okay. I mean, Gideon is coming down next turn regardless, so... okay, he's just swinging with everything here. He's just gone full aggressive. Do we take the hit here? I mean, I'm probably going to block like these two, and maybe like let these see what he's got. So let these go through. So we'll take 8 damage. I'm being careful here because I don't really want to block the bigger creatures and then find out he's got like fiery impulses in hand, which can then destroy these two. And these two are kind of pretty key to my strategy. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's got Rolling Thunder, so he's got 3, so he can kill my... you git! I wanted you! Oh, please say I draw Kalastria Healer here. Damn it! I was hoping that would happen, but never mind. So I think we're just going to drop Gideon here. Put our 2/2 White Knight token onto the battlefield as an additional blocker, and then just swing with our Cliffhaven Vampire. In hindsight, wish I killed his Woodland Wanderer now, but it's fine. So let's see what he does now. Like I said, losing the Kalastria Healer was a massive setback. Oh, and he's got Nissa's Revelation, of course he has. So these guys are going to suddenly get bigger. He's going to get 7 life as well. And Gideon's probably going to die this turn because of it. No, he decided not to swing. Okay, that's good for us because that means we can now +1 him. And we've also... Oh, yes, we've got Tenacity. Yes. So we are going to +1 you. And then swing with everything. No, I think I'll leave the Knight token back, as it doesn't actually have. See what he does here. So he's going to block with. Is he going to block? So he's going to block with you. Double block. Okay. So what do we want to kill? Do we want to kill the Woodland Wanderer or the Sylvan Advocates? I suppose it doesn't really matter what we kill here. So we are going to Tenacity, however. So we're going to swap a lot of health. He's going to go down to 5. And he's going to go down to only 2 health here. So next turn, we should be okay here now, because we can just basically swing over his head with the Cliffhaven Vampire next turn. So unfortunately, my Bloodbond Vampire did not pump up there, but it's fine. So unless he can kill the Cliffhaven Vampire, we should be okay. So I'm hoping that Rolling Thunder was his only lot of removal. Is this where he's deciding that he basically can't win because of the Cliffhaven Vampire? I hope so. Nope, we've got a Radiant Flame, so that won't actually kill me. If he wants to do a double Radiant Flames to completely wipe the board, that still won't help. So he still need a second board wipe here. This I don't think will help him. It's interesting that he decided to Radiant Flame it. I don't know why he did that. That seems like a very, very odd decision. So he's going to flip Nissa. I'm assuming he's just like looking for a card to play at this point, maybe looking for a second Radiant Flames to stop him just automatically losing. But even if he Fall of Titans deals X damage to each of its 2 target creatures and or players. Okay, so yeah, basically we are... Okay, so he's done 2 damage to Gideon. And he can just swing at both of our... Oh, there we go. So he's going to swing once at Gideon, once at my face. So I thought we were okay there, but he basically just went a bit crazy with the old sweeping. So he has pushed through all that to Gideon's face. So I was wondering what we're going to top deck here. We just need to top deck like an absolute pro. And he's going to -2 Nissa to drop the token onto the board. So give me a flying creature. Bloodbond Vampire is okay. Not really though. Gives us a creature, but that's about it. We can survive a couple of turns, like, you know, taking hits to the face. We can also trigger Shambling Vent this turn, so that's a thing. Okay, so we managed to find ourselves Fiery Impulse. What's he going to do? He's going to swing with everything here, so I think we're going to take that. We'll take the 8 damage. That's fine by me. Like I said, all we're looking for really at this point is just like a flying creature. One of our flying creatures, although it would ideally have to be a Cliffhaven Vampire. Yeah, at this point we're kind of like relying on top decking here. Okay, he's got Explosive Vegetation, which, you know, doesn't really do anything. Okay, we've got Vampire Envoy, which is nice. That is outside of the range of... what's it called? Fiery Impulse, which I know that is. So basically he's got 2 chances to save himself here. So he's got that card he's just drawn, and he's also got the +1 from Nissa. So I think at this point he's got Oath of Chandra. Oh, you sod. I don't believe that. So he's got the Oath of Chandra, and he's also got the yeah, he's got the Oath of Chandra, and he's got the Fiery Impulse to kill my Vampire Envoy. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That is just cruel. That is. Thought I had him there. Thought I had him there. Yeah, Cliffhaven Vampire would have been better to have had, because he would have definitely been out of range, I think, there. No, he wouldn't have done. It would have been exactly the same fate. So we're taking... I'm almost tempted just to kill the Woodland Wanderer at this point, just to make sure that we'll take less damage, and then we'll be taking less damage in future as well, so we can survive at least 2 more turns. Oh, Sorin, hello! So do I +1 him, or do I -X him to kill that one? I mean, we've got to +1 him. We've got to hope that we find a converted mana card with converted mana cost to... Come on! Don't believe that. 1 mana off. Sodding Indulgent Aristocrat. Okay, so we've got 2 chances at the moment. Because he can't kill this one because he's got rid of his trample card. So unless he can find some more burn, Explosive Vegetation won't do it for him. So he's obviously going to swing both of them at my face. No, he's going to swing both of them at Sorin. So we are going to block with the Indulgent Aristocrat. Give us a second chance to actually... yeah, so we couldn't have -X Sorin to have killed him, so we've got to hope that we don't... When we use Sorin's +1 ability, we don't... any card apart from a mana will win it for us. If only I had a Scry effect right now. We've got Grasp of Darkness, so that could actually help us out here. So we're going to +1 you. Are we going to win? Yes! We won! Oh, I don't even know what the card was, but apparently it was enough to win us the match. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Phew. Okay, so at least we won one game to finish off with the Lifedrain Vampires there. Sorin saved our asses there. Okay, so I'm leaving the episode there for now. So the deck for next week is going to be a blue-red prowess deck. Looking forward to playing that. I probably should splash some green in somewhere. I haven't played with green in a little while. Maybe do like a white-green human deck to actually go back to the green after we've done the prowess. But I'm leaving it here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.